and 80s in this country. It wasn't just Pablo Escobar. If you ever read any books on that stuff or documentaries or even just watch a movie about it, the volume of money is unreal. What an appetite this country had for a drug you snort up your nose and get you high. The country loved it, fell in love with it, and started shelling out billions, frankly, to purchase more of it. Well, let me ask you something, honestly. Let's say your next door neighbor had old newspapers, and people started paying him $50 for yesterday's paper. He could sell yesterday's paper for $50. You find out about this. There's a huge market for it. Are you gonna maybe get in the old paper game? Of course you would. Well, people who don't have anything moral against creating and selling drugs, when there's that kind of a market for it in the United States of America, they're going to get in on it. And so if you're in bad circumstances down there in South America or Mexico, and you have an opportunity to become a narco trafficker, that can be a way to get out of a one-bedroom hut and live in a house with air conditioning and have a steak dinner every now and then, and they sign up for it. And we continue to hoover it up as fast as we can. We are the market for the drugs. We love them. The United States of America, for a variety of reasons, half of its wealth and boredom, we love drugs in this country. We love them. And as long as we love them, you could go send in the Marines and wipe out every cartel drug den in Mexico and find every cartel leader and cut their head off and throw it in the ocean, and you could do whatever extreme things you feel need to be done. You could do every one of those things, and it will disrupt the drug trade. It'll drive up the cost of drugs. It will certainly help. I'm not complaining about any measures Trump or anybody takes to slow down the flow of drugs. I'm really genuinely not. But even then, you would never be able to stop the flow of drugs into the United States of America because people want them. People want them. There's a market for them. And as long as there's a market for them, as long as there's money to be made, the drugs will come. Remember why we have powerful cartels in Mexico to begin with. They weren't that way before. The cartels were in Colombia, really. Why Mexico? Because the United States of America, this all took place under Reagan, started cracking down on all this narco trafficking coming from Colombia, coming into Florida, started cracking down on all that, started shutting down those avenues, the drug lanes into the United States of America. Well, did they just close up shop? Well, I guess we're done. No more speedboats. Nope. They said, well, why don't we just take it through Mexico? So they partnered with Mexico's criminal organizations and said, hey, we'll make it. You ship it. Mexico's criminal cartels got big by essentially becoming FedEx for the Colombian cartel. Now the Mexican cartels are bigger and more powerful. But, by the way, remember the Colombian cartels are still there. Still there. Very wealthy. The Pablo Escobar days are gone. Not that kind of wealth and power, but they're still there, still wealthy. Still sending their drugs up into Mexico. The Mexican cartels, all those Mexican cartel wars, you know what they're all over? The drug lanes into America. That's what they fight over. Think of them like drug superhighways. I need to control this sector because that's where I want to bring my drugs in. Oh, you have that sector? I better go kill you. Hang you from an overpass. Horrible. But we're never going to solve the cartel problem until we tackle our drug problem in a real, meaningful way. And real and meaningful can mean a variety of things, but we have to get to the root of the problem, and that's the fact the American people love drugs. As long as that continues, there will be a market. All right, let's get off of this stuff. Let's do a little bit of history talk. Just a little bit of history talk, don't worry. Then we're going to talk some Ukraine stuff. Before we do that, American people love abortion too. I wish it wasn't so, but millions gone. We talk about the birth crisis, the baby crisis. Countries aren't having enough babies. What does America look like today if all 60 million plus are alive and well? And those 60 million plus, remember, this has been going on for years and years and years in this country. So many of them would be adults now, parents and grandparents. How many people don't we have because of the scourge of abortion? 100 million? Probably more than that. How sad is that? Preborn is how we can start saving those lives one at a time. Don't think in terms of millions.